Okay, I'm expecting this to be a little bit hard to see, but this is Mark 3 Supra hatch trim replacement. I've already got the new trim installed, but I'm just going to go over that process. This is actually really easy. You have to be patient, and it takes a little bit of fiddling around with your hands, but all in all, very easy process. I've had a hatch rattle that has really just annoyed the hell out of me. So I'm hoping this is going to fix that, because I've replaced the bump stops there, I've replaced the bumpers up there, everything's brand new, and it still rattles a little bit. So I think this is going to fix it. And just by closing the hatch, it does sound better, so I think it's going to fix it. What you do to replace this, you just pull out the old one, and you really just get an area where you can grab it. I think I grabbed it here, and rip it up. Don't rip it, but pull it off, and it just sits on a seam of sheet metal. Just a ridge like that, all the way around. So you just pry it off, and the new one goes on just the same. You just pry it on. And it does have a little bit of a shape to it. It kind of looks like a big long snake, but it does actually have a shape. There is a gap in the inner seal right there, and in this corner, which is a little hidden by the trim. So it does have an orientation. There is a little part of the molding right there in the center towards the latch, and there's a hole right there, small one right there, and there's a pink mark. I think that's up on the top. So I can't really see that now. I think that's up on the top side on the back. There's a little pink paint mark. But really quite easy. You just pull the old one off and push the new one on, and then try and tuck the little lips. Alright, I got cut off there, but you tuck the lips into the trim, tuck the lip of the Weatherstrip into the trim, and you're done. That's it. Real easy. Not a lot to it. And then just go around and make sure that it's all seated correctly, pound around, and it should be good. I'll give an example of the hatch closing. I don't know how well this is going to show through on the audio of the video, but in real life you can tell it sounds better than it did before. Solid. It doesn't rattle at all. I've adjusted the latch a bunch. I may need to go back and adjust that again, but that seems to be very good. Here's the old one. When you look at the two, it looks like the old one was a little bit thinner. You can certainly feel a difference. This is 25-year-old rubber, so it just doesn't quite feel as nice. And again, this is the back towards the latch, and you can see big hole right there, small hole right there, small hole right there. This is the centerpiece right there. Looks like that's where the rubber is maybe melted back together. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a paint mark somewhere around here. Oh, there's a spider. And maybe there's not on the old one. On the new one, though, I believe I did have a paint mark up on the top there. So there you go. Weatherstrip replacement on the hatch of a Mark III, and hopefully that'll fix my really annoying rattle and squeak. Part was only $75 roughly. Part number right there. In stock, available as of May 2015. Hopefully that's still available for a while, and I think that's gonna be well worth the money.